There is only one FDA-approved drug for the treatment of fibromyalgia, a condition that causes chronic pain. Patients and their health insurance companies disagree about Lyrica's effectiveness. One of those companies is the health insurance provider for the largest employer in mid-Missouri. Tonight, in the continuation of a Target 8 series, KOMU 8's D'Anthony White reports on the fight for Lyrica.
Lyrica really helped me a lot.
For 9 million fibromyalgia sufferers in America, pain is a way of life, and they think Lyrica could make all the difference. But several health insurance companies won't pay for it, even though Lyrica is the only drug approved by the Food and Drug Administration to treat fibromyalgia.
I could get dressed in the morning. I could get out and do my doctor's visits. I could do a little bit of housework. I don't have that not consuming pain where you just can't function.
Fibromyalgia causes widespread muscle and joint pain. Along with the pain comes lack of sleep, fatigue, and headaches.
This has been the one medication that has been shown to substantially change their lives, give them back their lives, give them the ability to live, the way that you and I and everybody else can live at this point.
The FDA approved prescription Lyrica last June, but the healthcare provider for the largest employer in mid-Missouri challenges the drug's effectiveness. Coventry Healthcare requires its members to try and get no benefits from a list of other drugs before the company will pay for Lyrica, a practice known as step therapy. In a written statement, Coventry says it will then cover Lyrica. Coventry's statement also acknowledges Lyrica as the first and only FDA-approved treatment for fibromyalgia, but goes on to challenge the drug's use as the first prescription a doctor writes. The statement goes on to cast doubt on studies on the effectiveness of Lyrica, chemical name pregabalin. We shared the statement with Dr. Acosta, who's lived with fibromyalgia for 19 years. He also speaks on behalf of Lyrica for Pfizer.
What they failed to show is that any other drug that's out there has failed to be as efficacious as Lyrica.
I want to know if it's going to work for me.
In an attempt to strengthen its case for requiring step therapy, Coventry claims the FDA says Lyrica causes suicidal tendencies. The FDA says no such warning exists, but we did find this type of warning on 2 categories of drugs Coventry requires members to take and fail before the company will cover Lyrica. Target 8 contacted Coventry to ask about the suicide claim. The company did not return our phone calls. But after we provided Coventry's statement about Lyrica to the drug's maker, Pfizer, the company issued this strongly worded letter to Coventry demanding that the insurance company retract what it calls a, quote, false and dangerous allegation. After receiving Pfizer's letter, Coventry did reissue its statement, changing a portion of its argument. Regardless of the debate surrounding Lyrica, Skinner says the drug gave her back her life, which she says is reason enough to fill her prescription.
If I have a sprained wrist, I don't have to go through step therapy for the pain of my sprained wrist. Why step therapy for fibromyalgia?
With the Target 8 investigation, I'm D'Anthony White.
Now, United Healthcare gave us a statement saying the company does not use step therapy. Instead, the company uses a 3-tier system that separates drugs based on cost. Meanwhile, Mercy Health refused to comment on its step therapy policy. The company said, quote, "Thanks for your interest in Mercy Health plans, but we are not able to participate at this time." Now, to read any of the documents related to this series, visit the Target 8 section of our website, KOMU.com. Tomorrow on KOMU 8 News at 5, D'Anthony White will take a look at state legislation that aims to do away with step therapy. Jim?